Alrighty, let's jump into the basics of making a Vroid. I tend to make feminine characters, so today I'm going to make a masculine. Mix things up, broaden my horizons. Does take its little bit of time to load. But once it is loaded in, you get plenty of options. You hold right click to rotate the camera around, middle click to pan, hold middle click to pan, scroll to zoom in and out. And we're going to start with editing the head and the face. You do get plenty of these options to play with. Play with them at your leisure. I tend to leave them alone just because I am lazy. If I do need to tweak stuff, I will go into it later. But like, that really is something that comes in. Wait. I didn't know that was an option. I'm dumb. That's pretty cool. That's more options than I expected. Hey Echo, how you doing? Move that out of my way. You know what? I think I am going to remove the ears for this one. I'm going to make a cat boy. No, I'm going to make a bunny boy. Bunny boy. Though I will leave most of the options the same. They've got so many options to pick from. Eye sets are a bunch of different of the presets, but you can change all of the options individually for the eyes. I'm going to start with that. Glad to hear you're doing good. I'm going to start with this one and then alter it. You can go with no irises if you really want. That's up to you. For this character, I think I'm going to go with these ones because I like those. I do like these eye highlights, but they are pretty overpowering. And you can pick whatever you really feel like. I want something a little more basic. You know what? I'll go with that one for now. But I forgot to change the iris. I'm gonna give green eyes, because I like green eyes. You can do heterochromia if you really want. Green and blue. I think I'm gonna go green and purple. Because we're making a funky character. Scaleras you can alter if you wish. I tend to leave those alone with my characters. That's just me. Free to alter eyebrow color and their positioning. What color? You know what? Dark brown. Eyebrows. Serious bunny boy. Thick eyebrows. Thin. If that there. Eyelids. This is hard to tell. It's right along here. But for the most part, if it's mostly not noticeable, but you can play with it to make... Oops, that's altering skin color. if you're wanting to do like eyeshadow over a lot of stuff, these do appear through that, so you'd want to go with no eyelids. And here's where you pick some of the basic eyeliners. And don't get me wrong, everybody looks good in eyeliner. You know what? I feel like left eye. I want a lighter pink. Yeah. The eyeliner I like, but I want it dark. I don't think I really need to alter the eyes too much. Just throwing together a quick character. There are different options for noses. I don't... You can pick no nose. That's a nose, though. Oh, it's just nose textures. Yeah, honestly, it's hard for me to notice them, so I tend to ignore it. Mouth texture does change a little bit for the lips. Doesn't it? No. I'm gonna be a goth bunny boy. Face paint is where you get into all the different fun stuff, like if you want to add piercings or facial hair. This is very terribly drawn, but proof of concept. There's different possibility for options, though these are intended for actual ears. Do I have others? No. So I will just create a quick new one. Edit the texture in Studio. Gotta hold Shift while in this menu, otherwise you'll just be drawing on top. Oops. Oh no, you can still middle click. I'm dumb. Lower the brush width. Change that. And that. And then actually on this side of the lip. There. Just a couple piercings. Overwrite. Because it's already a new item. And there's the piercings. You can also play around with the different expression editor. Get a good look at how the face is going to appear with the different... Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you can totally hit me up for commissions. I am not the best with the eyebrow piercings, but I mean, for the most part, they do work. I kind of like them anyways. Here is where the thing really gets interesting, the hair. I'm going to start with actually jumping to accessories, because I want to add ears, rabbit ears. We're going to start with, let's make them dark brown. Where were they? Bend. And no. Yes. Yes. And I want them to hang around the other way. So where was that option? Wasn't that a texture, was it? No. Because texture was just how it looks. Stretched ears, wider ears. Rotate. There it is. Awesome. There. Now they're drooping around back. Now go back to the other hairstyle. I'm going to alter the front first. I'm going to pick something to start with, because that always makes my life a lot easier. We're going to make this right about there. Going to add the back. Just playing with their presets gives you a good idea of how to get going. Go into here and add some custom hair. And custom hair is where it gets really interesting. Oh, that's... You want to make sure this is on most of the time, because it lets you alter this as needed. Widen. I want this net to cover the entire head. But carefully around. Oh, shit. Why did it do that? Don't be like that.
Up yours, woke moralists.
There we go.
We'll see who cancels who.
Now I take the brush. Going to add a new material because I want to use a different color for a highlight. Going with pink because Giga Chad. Let me draw. Are you serious? Hey, Pinky. Oh, thanks for the raid. Ah, that's what that noise was. I didn't have my earbud in. I'm totally getting lost. How are you guys doing? Well, this one? Yes. Okay, we're just going to hide that and pretend that part didn't happen. Switch to that material and add some highlights. I will turn this off to give some asymmetrical bitch. Some asymmetrical bitch, that's right. Next, I'm actually going to add overwrite. Going to get naked and in bed. Ooh, giggity. That sounds like fun. Going to go over to extras, create a custom one. With hair, you can actually create stuff like wings with that one. Except, can't really see it through that shirt. The problem with wings is when you rotate the head, the wings go with them, and it's just kind of hard to break it. But what you can do is make horns. So what I'm going to do, make some new horns. Okay, it's going to start right around there. Next one. There. That seems about right. Brush. Oh god, there's so many textures. Let's create a new one. Make it gray. And mirrors on. And it's not showing up. Oh, you can actually add more? You can use Unity for wings and tails, but I'm also not smart enough to do that. Let me draw. Oh my god, is it drawing on... It's drawing on the back side. There. There's some basic horns. Except let's do it better. Don't draw on the back side. Don't draw on the back side. There's some basic horns. But I wanted that texture. Fuck. It does take playing with to really get it right. It took me a while to figure it out. How do I make horns like mine? I will actually close this and not going to really worry about that one. I will... Was it? Yes. My horns, like these, I moved the net basically around over the head as a net and then just drew the horns in the crescent moon shape. Aside from that, I edited the texture and then just drew the lines. So I will take off what's saving, extra, yes. I'm gonna keep those horns on because I do like those. Next up, we're going to move over to the body. We can change skin tone. I like that. Though I won't play around too much. These are free to play with at your leisure. The bigger thing is going over to outfits, where you're really going to figure out, am I in a VC or am I doing this solo? Currently doing this solo. I do have 50-ish minutes left. I'm just trying to blitz through this. If you really want, there are options on Booth that you can download, which I won't be getting into too much in this video, but I will show you that. Actually, tops, custom tops. Does that one fit? That one fits. This one was downloaded from Booth. The way you essentially do it is finding which preset you used. For this example, I used hoodie, and then I edited the texture of it. Load, please. Thank you. And then you just throw in, from this button right here, you add the texture. It does sometimes take playing with, and by default, there is a skin mask that is on, which hides the body. Like, brush size. Sometimes, like, that much is usually hidden from the models, but with certain outfits, you can see right through it. So you don't want to have that on, you don't want holes to be visible through your model. But you also do want to hide parts of your model so that you can save on polygons under your certain clothes. But you do gotta be careful. Some angles do reveal that. It's really up to you what you can do with your computer and what you can do with... You need me to stop being amazing? No. What your computer can handle, what you want to do with your outfit. Let's see, what do I want to throw on the bottoms? Bark. No, not that one. That one. Actually, that's the more fitting skirt. For the sci-fi bunny boy. Throw in some boots. With the heels. And there's a pretty basic character thrown together. I haven't played too much with, excuse me, the accessories. But they have glasses. Oops. I think there are ways to add more. That's texture for the ears, where you can make them look however you really want. You can apply the same, what I did with the horns, you can move that, now that I'm thinking of it. Was it a hoagie? Yes. This net, you can move that down to the waist area and out back, and that would be how you create the tail in Vroid Studio. But then you need to... Who is this model for? Nobody, I'm just making it off the top of my head. But then you'd have to take it into Unity and then transfer the weight of it, and I haven't figured that part out. I'm too dumb. Without saving. Now we get on to the fun part. This button right here. Where you can take pictures of your model. We're going to start with turning off blink, because that's annoying and will get in the way of your screenshots. Pic size can be whatever you want. Post-processing, I always turn on anti-aliasing to high, just because it helps. Get up close. Background, I tend to add a green background, so long as green's not the main color on, or a color on your character. Facial expressions, you can really play with these. I'm gonna leave the eyebrows alone though. Actually, no, I won't. Mouth. Smile. Happy. Less smile. Less happy. More smile. E. I love that look at camera feature. We're gonna go to pose. Going to use a default pose. Creating. No. Touch hair. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And then you click this little button here and save it wherever you want. It's not too difficult. But it can get fairly complex. But Vroid Studio is what I started playing with to get into all the different posing available. Once you're happy with your model, you can export as VRM or upload to Vroid Studio. Yeah, the Crimson model would be quite difficult. Like, specifically because of the tails. Exporting to VRM. Ooh, that's a lot of polygons. Typically, what I do is set these to about 30% of the way up in order to cut back on the polygons quite a bit. And then you just hit export. You fill in the title of the character, you put in the creator name, which is yourself, and then set whatever restrictions you want and export the file. You are ready to throw your character into VC Face. So that's pretty much it.